I'm continuing my series of MASH retro reviews with Season 2, Episode 23, Mail Call. So, this is apparently the first episode directed by Alan Alda, so I just wanted to throw that out there. But let's actually talk about the episode. It's Mail Call, and everyone gets some sort of mail, and we get to see their reactions to it. So, Henry gets basically a bunch of, payments and check stubs from his wife, and he's expected to, balance her checkbook. Now, I do want to say he's mad about this episode, but if you remember a couple episodes back, he says to send them to her. Granted, a lot has gone on since then. I forgot about that, so yeah. Hawkeye, I get to that too. Does he get that from his father? Well, he gets a sweater from his sister that by the end of next season will no longer have existed. Yeah, early continuity of MASH is not always accurate. Continuity is not a big thing in shows this time period anyhow, but apparently, according to the wiki, I gotta pay attention, but the sweater does show up after they establish that he doesn't have a sister. Frank gets, a letter from his stockbrokers, and so Hawkeye and Trapper, mostly Hawkeye, but they hatch a plan to make Frank look foolish by getting him to invest in a fictitious company called Pioneer Aviation. Yeah, in all honesty, Frank, gotta try to think things through a little bit, especially if it's coming from Hawkeye, somebody you don't trust. I'm just saying. Also, too, that Hawkeye basically, well, great, he made Pioneer Aviation up. He basically said that his congressperson was doing insider trading. So I'm just saying that, since he made Pioneer Aviation up, his congressperson wasn't doing that, but he implied his congressperson would do it. Trapper gets a letter from his wife, including pictures of his kids, and that leads to him getting depressed and homesick, and he tries to head back home. Hawkeye stops him. Also helps that, they reveal to Frank that they made Pioneer Aviation up. That helps a lot, too. Who else got a letter? I don't remember if Margaret got anything. Oh, I should mention, Klinger, of course, fakes getting a letter. He might have gotten a real letter from his family, I don't know, but this is probably one of the best known scenes from this episode, where goes to Colonel Blake's office and is like, reveals that his father's in a coma and needs to get a hardship discharge and sent home. And then Henry pulls out basically all those hardship stuff he did. No, sister dying, sister pregnant, mother dying, mother pregnant, half the family dying, half the family pregnant, all that stuff. This is the episode that scene comes from. I should also mention, when Radar gets the mail, the camp swamps him, and apparently somehow they take the outer layers of his uniform at the same time. So yeah. There's also another thing too, is I had mentioned the past couple of you that some of these softer, nicer sides of Frank were shown that would kind of explain why besides being a authority figure, why Margaret would be interested in him. This episode undoes all that. Again, Frank is never really a good person. He's a jerk, self-centered, all that time. But here, he thinks he's struck gold in the stock market and all that, and he's probably right that his wife would take half of the things if he divorced his wife in favor of Margaret. But the thing is, this episode shows how Frank is truly just playing Margaret. And the fact that, yes, they have a brief breakup, but the fact that by the end of the episode, they get back together, that Frank promises that basically he'll do whatever she wants, i.e. satisfy her and however she wants, and that's all it takes to get them back together. It's like, Margaret, you can do so much better than Frank. And that's actually one of the biggest problems with the early seasons of MASH. The fact that Margaret is not really allowed to advance as a character. There was that one episode, I forget the name of it, where her character did advance, but the status quo was reset in the very next episode. Now, once Colonel Parker comes in, she actually has an authority figure that she can respect and does not need a romantic relationship with, more of a fatherly relationship. And then meeting Colonel Penobscot in Japan was what allowed Margaret to break free of Frank, and really that's when her character started advancing. But this episode shows that they the writers are almost too stuck keeping Frank and Margaret together, even though Margaret does not deserve Frank. That's actually really all I got to say. There's not too much going on. It's just a bunch of fun vignettes, but there was that character stuff I really wanted to mention. Some of the classic comedic scenes as well. Is there more stuff? Yes. But that is what the comment section is for, so let me know your thoughts down there, and have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the force be with you, always.